Welcome back. I want to welcome you to my Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin playthrough. This is my technically fourth video. We're going to be going through the Heide Tower of Flame. Again, let's I'd love to hear some feedback on whether you guys want me to go pure sorcery, combined sorcery dark, or pure dark, or just figure it out on my own, and what weapons you'd like me to see. If I don't get any feedback, I'm either gonna just do what I usually do, or I'm gonna try axes, or maybe even spears. I don't know. Alright. This, very special. We won't deal with it for a bit. This way or this way? We'll go this way. Alright, over here is a shield a lot of people run this way and get really early. It's not really good, but hey, better than nothing. We'll go look at it. Actually, we'll look at it in my equipment screen. Where is it? Here it is. See, 75. It's not a really good shield. It's junk. One of the things I want to mention about the Dragonslayer shield while I have it here is that it's not really a fantastic resistance shield. You can see it's actually worse than my leather one in everything except for like two areas. The thing is, one of them is really important. The physical resist is a hugely important resist because of the damage you take, almost all of it in the game will be physical. The magic one is nice. It actually can make it a fairly decent, not extraordinarily decent, shield for resisting magic. If you're using a shield to resist magic and not dodging, you're doing it wrong. Magic is one of those things you want to always just avoid. And if I do have time, I'm going to try to go to back to the Forest of Giants and pick up or go to a bonfire that I didn't go to. You don't really need to go to it anytime soon. It's really a late game area. Like, there's nothing there. The only thing to really do there is for late game. But there's an invasion there. And it's fun. So why not? This guy! This is a High Knight. Original game, he wasn't here. He's just chilling. Gonna still try and get him. These guys are not to be screwed around with. The best way to kill them is to alpha strike them. Just visit the bonfire. It's a pity there's not more people here. I guess it's pretty early in the morning. It's like not even 8:30 my time. Love this sword. I mean, just look at that. Just... Whoa, I heard something pop in. Huh, here's one. Since it's come up, you've seen it in a few summon signs and the like. When you look at someone's name and you see stars, that doesn't mean they put stars in their name or asterisks in their name. It means that they've got a text field that has been matched by the profanity filtering system. It's really annoying. You can actually turn it off locally, but it involves editing files and doing all sorts of, I don't know, silly crap. It's dumb. I wish From Software had let you just turn that off, because some of the stuff that's matched in it is just dumb. Like HO is matched. So I'm willing to bet that that guy's actually name is Bothox, or Bothox or something like that. But because of the profanity filter, it's coming out as BOT**X, which is just dumb. So name is soldier, human effigy. This lever here, very important. If you look off in the distance, over right behind my guy, you can see a circular platform. You can also see, just sort of vaguely, that it's got open edging around it. Watch what happens. Ooh, something's rumbling in the water, and a ring comes up. That expands the arena. And if you look over there, you can actually see a boss in there. If you have the right gear, there's a bow called the Hunter's Black Bow, which actually has really good range, and there's a couple other rings and stuff you can equip to really increase your range. You can do a lot of damage to that guy in there before you actually get to the boss. It's silly. I don't recommend it. He's not a particularly hard boss to begin with. You can solo him fairly easily. In this area, the way the enemies work is the center guy will be aggressive to you, and the two guys on each side will just guard their door. The moment you kill the center guy, the other two will immediately aggro. Why this guy hasn't started coming after me, I do not know. So if you don't have a great damage potential, like I'm actually reasonably overpowered for these guys with a sword. If you don't have great damage potential, what you can usually do after you kill the center guy is run back until they de-aggro and then hit one as he's walking back so you can fight him and then come back and hit the other one. This area is really easy with a friend because after you kill the center guy, you two can split up and take the one on each side. Makes life pretty easy. Another Heide Knight over here. I'm going to call them Heide Knights because I don't know what they're really called. Whoa. You know, I have 62 soul arrows. Let's spend them. One thing I'd like to mention, and I guess this guy here is a great person to, or great enemy to discuss this with. Overhead it smashes in Dark Souls games. In Dark Souls 1, you could more or less trivialize guys who attacked from overhead by just circle strafing them. The reason was they would not track you well. In Dark Souls 2, they really improved the tracking on overhead smashes. These guys now will track you fairly well. Which means, just thinking you can circle strafe your way out of an overhead... Ooh, that's new. Circle strafe your way around an overhead smash is a bad way to think. Ring of Binding, very important. We're going to look at some inventory right now. Did I get any new weapons? Nothing we're talking about. Didn't get any new shields. New armor! Okay, this is the armor I have as a base. I don't really have anything significantly better. The Hollow Soldier armor is better, but it's way heavier for marginal improvement. The Old Knight armor is really good, but look at how heavy it is. The Old Knight armor, as all the old Knight gear, is notable for the fact that they have super low durability, but they have really low stat requirements. This is Dragonslayer mail that was we found in Forest of Fallen Giants right under the sewer area. It's really good armor. The problem with it is first of all, it's heavy. There's a lot of heavy armor. A lot of it's really good. What's more problematic about it is that improving it requires Twinkling Titanite, which is a limited resource until basically you're done the game. Once you're done the game, it's not that limited. I'm using the imported manchettes. They're not great. I'm going to look and see if I have something better that's not too heavy. Hollow infantry gloves. Look at our pants. I'm already using the hollow infantry boots. The Dragonslayer leggings are actually really good. One of the things I find is that if you're going to wear heavy armor, wear the leggings. Leggings tend to be heavy. Like the variance in weight between the super heavy leggings and the super light ones is pretty low. So it can actually be worth it to wear the heavier stuff, because as you can see, I'm already at 49. It takes me to 55. That's not a huge weight increase, but it gives me some significant reduction in or significant increase in armor. So new items. I got the Ring of Binding. Ring of Binding is really important if you spend a lot of time hollow. As you get more hollow, you not only change appearance, your hit points decrease up to a maximum of -50. With the Ring of Binding, every drop is halved. So at maximum hollow, you are only at 75%, which is nice. I really want to find help in this area, and I'll show you why. One of the changes they added in a lot of areas was to clearly, I could say designate, but make it clear to the player. Oh, by the way, I should have done this. You kill that first knight in here, this lever comes up, click it, or use it, and I run back here. You can see another ring is going up. That basically makes it so it's really hard to fall off in that area, because if you don't do those, you have a very tight sort of play field. One of the things that they did in the game was to try and make it really clear to you as a player that areas should only be attempted later. And this area past these two guys is one of those. Like, they wanted to make it really obvious to a player that this area was super risky and you should only really go after it when you're fully prepared for the consequences of what you're about to do. Because the enemies in this area will mess you up. This is kind of silly because I find the way it is now, it's harder to actually get to the boss than the boss is actually difficult. Cracked blue eye orbs are used to invade... I think it's to invade sinners? I'm not exactly sure. This guy, you notice, was aggro. He also has a spear. Pity he doesn't drop it. This is the reason they more or less made it really key that you should not be coming here until much later. They put a dragon there. Well, a drake. I think it's actually a guardian dragon. He will cheerfully breathe fire at you, and fire hurts. Fire stings. I need a friend. The advantage to a friend is a friend can distract him, or you can distract him while the friend goes up there and engages him in melee. The moment he engages him in melee, he's no longer hard to get to. And I forgot an item here. Silly me. It's just a Lloyd's Talisman. Lloyd's Talismans stop Estus use if you get hit with them. They are also used for something really special with a specific enemy, the mimics, the chest mimics. If you throw a Lloyd's Talisman at them, they will fall asleep and you can steal their item. I don't know why you do that. It's usually better just to kill the mimic anyway. This guy has some interesting gear. Like, that's a buckler he's wearing. Except that looks like a Grand Lance. No, that actually, I don't know what that is. That might be the Grand Lance. No, dude, we're going this way. Dude, this way. Dude. Dude, I want to kill the dragon. Okay, you distract the dragon. I'm going to run up there and hit him in the face. So the dragon. Once you get here, the big thing you have to avoid is his stomps. And this guy is doing ridiculous damage. Petrified Dragon Bone is used to improve boss weapons and certain DLC weapons that are dragon based, and I just did air quotes again. What the? Watch Dragon Parma is a shield. Its real thing is that it also does stamina boost, so it's nice for that. Old Radiant Life Gem is just the best of the life gems. It actually is really powerful. I rarely use them because they're so powerful. Human effigies. 5 of them, in fact. Yes, you're very impressive. Let's go kill this guy. This is the old Dragonslayer. Holy crow. He does not like me. When you're fighting this guy, do not rely on pillars or anything to block his attacks. He will cheerfully go right through them. And NaQuadar is really badass. Like, look at the damage he's doing. Holy crow. Wow! Dude, you are awesome. I'm gonna just see what if that was the Grand Lance he was using. Yeah, that's fine. That was. Wow. He must be really going for strength build. Okay. Here is another Covenant guy. We're gonna be nice to him. First, we're gonna rob him of his stuff. Cleric's Parma and a Tower Shield. Let's look at those. Actually, we'll also look at the Watch Dragon Parma while we're here. Cleric's Parma is a very weak shield, but if you can use it to deflect spells. I've never gotten this to work. The only one I've managed to do it with is a great shield that just does it all the time. This is actually a really good shield. I'll turn this off. You can see it's actually got 100% physical resist. It's okay everywhere else. Not really as good as our leather shield in most areas, except that it's got pretty good fire resistance. It's got ridiculously high stability. But it's heavy. It's really heavy. Watch Dragon Parma. This actually boosts your stamina regen. It doesn't say it. It was in the patch notes. I'm going to use it until I get a better shield. Because it boosts my stamina regen. And that's actually good, even though it's heavy. It's actually not that heavy. It's just heavy-esque. And 62 means I still get the medium fast roll. So we're going to just grab that. And over here we have more cracked blue eye orbs. We'll look at the inventory thing for those because... Okay. Yeah, this allows you to invade people who have sin. This allows you to basically gain sin by invading other people. This guy, he looks actually really cool.
Transient, this is no place for one such as you. Be gone. Transient, you would never be gone.
If I had a token of fidelity, which is what you get by doing co-op using your large soapstone, you can in fact join his covenant. His covenant is called the Blue Sentinels. The Blue Sentinels are a covenant devoted to helping members of my current covenant, the Way of the Blue. What happens is, if you get invaded by a player, I believe only, I don't think it affects computer NPC invasions. If you get invaded by a red phantom player, sometimes a blue phantom will show up, who is a blue sentinel. If he helps you, he gets points and he can advance in his covenant. I find it really difficult to do anything with that. The main reason is because in Way of the Blue, you get the help of the Blue Sentinels without having to wear a ring. If you're in the Blue Sentinels, you have to wear a ring. It's annoying. Running back here. Here is Masterless Glencour, or Glencour. I like him. He has a big sword. That's the Bastard Sword, I believe. It's actually an ultra great sword. You can see he's wielding it one-handed. That tells you something about him. He's a wonderful guy to tank the Dragonrider. see this Dragonrider, you can actually, using his boss soul, you can get his weapon and that great shield. They're actually not bad. I'm not a huge fan of his great shield because I just don't like great shields. His halberd is actually pretty decent. I could use it. Maybe I will. That's that. Thanks, Glencour. Dragonrider souls, a bunch more stuff. I'm gonna try and get summoned. Nope, no I'm not. Nope, 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 nope. I'm gonna go talk to someone. She might not talk to me because my faith is really low. But there's also a bonfire here. Hi, Licia.
My name is Licia. I have come to spread the art of miracles, a practice of which I am a disciple. I can see that you are well suited to comprehend their wondrous power. But the
Licia is your miracle vendor. Ring a prayer, increases faith by 5. It's expensive. Can be useful. She has some nice spells. Heals, the only heal I ever actually really used was the basic heal. I never bothered with any of these other ones, but holy crow, are there a lot of them. Guidance is supposed to make you see more messages. I don't know. This replaces Homeward Bone. This is a really awesome attack spell. This is a shockwave. It just blasts everyone behind you. This removes all poison. This is a regen. This is also a regen, and the rest of these are heals. I will probably be buying all of these eventually, just because I'm a completionist, but not now.
I'd heard the king gone. I fear that by now they may... Why did I come here? Well... Do I need any other reason than to spread the gospel of miracles? My preceptor always said this art, and such is my only wish. Sometimes I fight the urge to pack up and go back home. It is... well... I must do this. And being out here all alone only makes this a more fitting test of my fortitude.
I'm being quiet because I like her dialogue. If you listen really carefully with a skeptical eye, you'll find it's interesting.
I expected this cathedral to be bustling, but there's hardly a soul to be found here. Without any goings-on, I'll have to move soon. To a place I could help the gullible by teaching the good word.
That nervous laugh at the end.
This cathedral
okay, she's got nothing more.
No need for miracles. The gods frown upon such
Yeah, she's greedy. She's also more than she seems. You will not find that out until very late in the game. So, I'm gonna run back to the Dragonslayer fight. Thing about the Dragonslayer fight, he is a direct reference, copy, whatever, homage to the Ornstein and Smo fight from Dark Souls 1. He is basically Ornstein. You see that without Smo, he's a lot easier. Anyone who's fought that fight solo knows how much of a pain they are. He's also gone from lightning in that game to dark in this one, which is a little different. Although, the real question is, why is he here? I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I'm gonna drop this. One of the things that I always encourage everyone to think about is what you want to get out of your summon, out of placing your summon sign. If you're placing your summon sign because you want to get human, I encourage you to put a small summon sign. Small summons only last for a few minutes at most, and in an area where there's a lot of high point enemies like this one, it's fairly short. I like to use the big summon signs when I either want to go through the area completely, or I really need, like now, I really want a token of fidelity. I'm gonna run back here. And if I don't get summoned by then, I'll drop one over by the Dragonrider, because as I think about it, I saw more summon signs over by the Dragonslayer, but less by the Dragonrider. One other thing that happens that I'm not showing because I haven't respawned the area is that now that I've killed the Dragonrider, all the Heide Knights that were just sitting around are now all hostile. They are ticked at me. So let's see what happens if I drop it here. See if that does anything. Might not, I may have screwed up. Ah well, if I have, I have. If I don't... Yeah, you can see up here. He is now ticked at me. He's aggressive. He wants to kill me. And they actually aggro from quite a ways away. So, yeah. Not pleased with me at all. Oh, excellent. The only thing is, I don't have a lot of spells right now. So... let's see what this guy wants to do. Where are we going? Ah, he wants to go after the dragon. So I'm going to eat an amber herb. When I said in a previous video that the herbs give you back all your spells, I don't mean all your casts. They give you some spell casts back on all the spells you have equipped. But it's a small amount. You see here I only got about... I had 8, so 11 per. The later herbs, and you also get something called rouge water, not rogue water, rouge water. Sorry, personal pet peeve. The rouge water you get later does the same thing, except I think it also increases your HP. I like the look of the Watch Dragon Parma. Looks cool. A lot of the shields look really cool in my opinion. Nah, nobody likes me. What the heck? I'm nice. Why doesn't anybody like me? Holy cow. Ow. Let's not walk off the edge. Yeah, get him, Glencour. Get him so I can backstab him. One thing you may have noticed as I play, when you get summoned or you summon people, they are actually, for all the help they give you, they also can do some they can also hurt you significantly, and I just screwed up. Bravo me. When you summon or are summoned, all the monsters you fight are a little bit tougher. It can actually significantly increase the HP of an enemy you fight. You know what? I'm just gonna go. I'll do this offline. It's not worth wasting time. I'm gonna go back to Majula. I have 30-some thousand souls, almost 40,000. I'm gonna buy some stuff from Shalquoir. Dog, look at the CP kitty.
Who are you again? No, you do have a type I'm quite...
Shalquoir has some really good dialogue. I'm not going to bother going through it. It's just long and I get irritated. This item, Silvercat Ring, reduces damage from falling. It's actually really important for advancement. Outside of Shalquoir's and these houses, you see a pit. There's two ways down that pit. One, you get a guy to put a ladder there. You need to do that anyway. Well, it's useful too. The other way down the pit is to fall certain areas. They're actually different paths and there's different items down each. So it's kind of important. Ring of Whispers is important for one specific thing. It gets you a neat item. At least it did in the base game. I don't know if it does now. She also sells Homeward Bones. Allows you to port to your last bonfire. It respawns all the enemies, but it doesn't make you rest there. So if you're going to use a Homeward Bone, make sure you rest, because you might as well. Prism Stone. It drops a little glowing ball. There's a really neat thing in Dark Souls 1 on, I think was just on Xbox 360. You could use a trick to use an infinite number of these and basically break your Xbox. Alluring Skull. You drop it and some enemies will come running towards it. They'll find it more interesting than you. Lloyd's Talisman I already talked about.
Satisfied? I'll be around.
And let's go talk to...
Oh, hello again.
Measure Old. Or Moglin, that's it, sorry. I'm gonna buy a couple things from him. Not for any huge reason, but you can advance his plot if you buy stuff from him, so I'm gonna do that.
Thanks very much. And do please come again.
He will eventually start selling boss gear, but you have to advance his plot to do it. You advance his plot by buying stuff from him. This is the house that Kale, the map guy, told us about. I should have visited here earlier. Get another Ferrous Lockstone, which is super useful. I should go kill the pigs while I'm here. This is the map of Dragonslayer. Get a human effigy. You also get another Estus Flash shard, which is very nice to have. In here, there used to be a soul vessel here. There still is. Soul vessel is a wonderful item you can take back to those women in red at the start of the game. They will... One of them will take it from you and allow you to respec. I might actually use that in this playthrough a couple times, if I get enough of them. This is a map of Dragonslayer. As you play through the game, you'll defeat specific bosses. Doing so will light flames on this map. The first flame you get is actually, this is actually where Majula is on this map. The next 4 you light relate to the primal souls. They're primal bonfires. They directly relate to those. The last 3 relate to specific boss gates that you open. This relates to something very big about Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. In Dark Souls 1, the entire world was built in such a way that the geometry made sense. So that all the paths and all the cross whatever you saw were a real geometry. You could see how everything fit together and it made sense. Maybe not from a structural stability standpoint, but at least from a geometry standpoint. Dark Souls 2 doesn't have that, and it bugs a lot of people. The thing is, it really shouldn't, in my opinion. Dark Souls 2, you're supposed to be wandering around an entire continent or an incredibly large island or something like that. So the fact that you have some really nonsensical pathing where an area is technically, like an area, say, with a lava sea is technically above a mountain, it's not really. They're shortening what is supposed to be an incredibly long trek into a very short path. So, while in physicality, in the actual game map and geometry, it's right on top of it, you're not supposed to think that. You're supposed to think that your character did a massive long trek. So, I don't know, it's just the way I see it. I see it differently than a lot of other people. It didn't bother me as much as it did a lot of others.
To see light, however.
I now have another Estus. Do I actually have 2? No, I don't. Okay. I'm gonna level up. I'm gonna do something special here. I'm gonna boost my faith to 8. There's a guy you talk to a little later who will only talk to you if you have 8 faith, so I want to do that. I also want to boost my dex and my little... think I'm gonna go do... Actually, I think I'm gonna end here. I'll do the bit with the Forest of Fallen Giants, and I'll try and get I'll try and get a Token of Fidelity offline, and so I can show you guys that Covenant. And then next time we'll do the Forest of Fallen Giants bit, and we'll move on past the Heide Tower of Flame into the next area of the game. Alright, so I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.